Wow.
Wow.
Mike.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Guys, we just got back from seeing Brahms The Boy II.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was on board. I was
Why?
fine with this movie. And then that god-awful ending. Oh my god. Well, first, have you seen Brahms 1?
Allow me to introduce Mr. Heelshire. And this is our son, Brahms.
Brahms is not like other children. It is very important that you follow these rules. Be good to him and he'll be good to you.
The original, no. I missed out on that.
Okay. Let's just say The Boy, for you that haven't seen it, was one of those movies where it's not the greatest horror flick ever made, but it comes out enjoyable. The ending was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And
I would say, after watching it, I would watch it again. It's not that bad. Maybe one day I'll make him watch it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not after
not
this.
after this one. But it was an okay movie. I probably would have gave it a high C+, maybe a low B-. This one, Mike, what did you make of freaking The Boy II?
Well, this is about a family that goes through a crisis. It's a young boy, his mother, and his father, and they have a home invasion. And this home invasion is pretty violent. She gets hit on the head, stuff like that happens, and then they all of a sudden have a lot of mental issues. Like the mom's having severe night terrors and problems, and the boy, he's not talking.
Yeah. And if I'm being honest, with that beginning, I was okay.
Yeah, it's on
They
board.
were actually kind of explaining where it goes to, where they move out into a kind of an isolated area.
Yeah, like a country house thing. They get it's not the house, they're in a guest house.
Yeah. Of the original.
Of the original.
Yes.
Which I didn't know at first.
No.
I didn't realize that.
If you haven't seen the movie, you won't realize that. I don't think in this movie it really matters.
Doesn't matter at all, hardly. No. It's just throwback.
Yeah.
Throwback, callback.
For the people that watched the first one, it throws back to that.
And then you suddenly have the boy just wandering out on his own and immediately comes across this doll.
It is very convenient.
There's a lot of convenience in this.
Trust me, I'm going to tell you right now, we got to have a little spoiler section for this one.
Will.
For this ending.
Yeah.
I have to talk about this ending in a little more detail than what we normally do, which we'll hit down on that later.
The creepy stuff in this, the unknowing, the not knowing if the boy is real or if the doll is real.
But they give it up so fast.
They literally give it up. And I never saw the first, so I didn't know what was happening.
The first one, if you watch it, it takes the whole movie to explain it.
Yes.
And it's not what you think it is. It's like a complete... I'm going to spoil it. There's a boy living in the walls of this house.
Right.
And he's just using the doll to manipulate the babysitter, Maggie from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And she believes the boy's alive, and he's not. It's just a guy living in the walls, messing with her.
Which is cool. That makes sense. Let me explain to you how I felt. The moment the doll is introduced to this family, he immediately is moving and doing things on his own. So the level of disbelief.
Spoiler warning. We're just going to go right into it.
Yeah. He's alive. And ta-da, that happens in the first... 10 minutes?
Maybe 25.
So I'm just
once he finds a doll,
I'm like, oh,
later.
So he's magical? He's a zombie doll? I mean...
God, that falls into the ending.
Yeah. It's really bad, guys. There was no one in our theater, and there's a reason why.
Oh, and the girls at the end. It was funny, because there's some girls in here, they actually screamed a little bit.
Tell them why.
Some of the jump scares.
Tell them why.
Because of jump scares.
All this movie's jump scares.
But at the end, what that girl say? What the fuck
was that?
Yeah. And I walked past her, and I already heard her say, that was just really weird and stupid.
Yeah, it was definitely... I mean, you have this somewhat intelligent wife and husband that cannot make simple, basic parental decisions for this child. And he is messed up. He's been through a trauma. He's got problems. And Katie Holmes is just...
I mean, we can spoil that for him. The kid can't talk anymore. He's not talking. And Katie Holmes, she's got problems.
My wife works with children.
Yeah, well, it's just how it starts. We got the house, the breaking and entering situation. Yeah. It messes them up.
My wife works with children. The way she was handling this child reminded me how she would do in, like, Scientology. I mean, I can't imagine.
I don't think she's a Scientologist
anymore, no. She just, the way they act, like this boy who's seriously troubled, the choices she makes and her husband make. God just bless this husband. He was just stuck in the middle of it.
He is.
But her choices were so asinine and so damaging to what's already wrong with this child. And I'm sorry, an idiot like me could figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean...
And let's just talk about the husband. I believe his name is Owain Yeoman, or the weirdest name for a white dude you'll ever have. Yeah. I was like, what? That's not in the movie. This is after. This is actually his real name.
I'm like, wow. Is he not a better actor than Katie Holmes was?
Probably. Yeah, the kid was a better actor than Katie Holmes was.
The kid was much better than her. She was the weakest part of this movie. Her constant manic... I have a problem state was getting really old because, I'm sorry, as a mom, she wasn't protecting her kid at all. She was acting like a lunatic.
She's making the problem worse.
Always. And she wouldn't even talk about it. Yeah. She wouldn't even talk to her husband.
I thought, the guy was better than her. The kid was better than Katie Holmes. The kid actually wasn't that bad.
Jude, this little boy, was great. He was a very talented, he scared the bejesus out of some people.
He's a creepy little boy.
He's creepy.
And which actually brought me to something in the movie that was confusing for me while watching it.
What's that?
I was almost wondering, at a point,
is the kid nuts?
Is this a prequel to the first movie and not a sequel?
Right. No.
Because I was thinking maybe the whole time, because I didn't really remember the first one that well. Like I said, it's not the greatest movie. It's doable.
Yeah, but
I thought maybe Jude was the kid in the walls.
But here's the thing. You know how I knew that wasn't the case? Because they did the Google detective thing. And it was like, I gotta look up the doll. Remember the doll had a serial number? And there it is.
And you learn everything through a serial number.
You know why? It doesn't matter. They don't do anything.
The thing is, if a doll had this kind of past, it wouldn't even been buried. Somebody would have sold it to the guys from Ghost Adventures or something.
She learned what the doll was from Google. And then it was unimportant. I need files. I need to look this up. And oh my God, it's a doll. And that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was over.
Yeah.
We learned nothing.
You really do. Well, I mean, you learn something, but it's not what you want to learn.
No, it's pointless.
I mean, this is literally one of the worst endings I've seen to a movie since The Turning. The Turning, I must say, it beats this one. I thought The Turning had a worse ending, but this,
The Turning, they had better ending.
It literally kind of screws up the first movie.
It messes up everything.
I'm like, what? No, don't go here. I mean, I thought maybe they were working it all to a certain route.
No.
Totally different.
No, let's just put it the way it was. The jump scares were crap. They were slamming us with jump scares left and right. Yeah. They didn't add to the story at all. It was just to scare you. That was it.
Something like they're walking and past the camera.
Yeah.
Got the girls. And we're just like, really? That's what we were thinking.
We were just, most of the time, I was just checked out. I mean, I could not bring myself to care.
Now, actually, I will say I didn't check out this one. I watched the whole thing, took it in.
The parents just seemed
to me, it was watchable.
The actions and stuff they were doing were just so bizarre. And and then to decide what to do with the kid is bizarre. I mean, the way they handled all of it.
And there's that one moment too. The mom's watching these kids on the outside play.
Yeah.
And it's like, haven't you caught on to what's going on yet?
They're attacking each other.
No, you haven't figured it out yet?
Yeah.
You would have figured it out with a second.
That brings up another thing that happens. In this movie, the boy starts carrying the doll around everywhere.
Yeah.
And the cousins or someone arrive, like family members, I think it's cousins. And there's this one boy.
Give it back!
Nah, I don't think I will.
Give it back to her. Give it back!
Ooh, now your boyfriend's mad. Why don't you come get it from me, mental?
Yeah.
The child acting from them was terrible.
It's just, that ending was just, like I said, it's god awful. And it will turn you at the end of this movie,
Yeah.
which is what it did for me. I was actually going, if this is going where I think it's going, it's okay. Because it's kind of similar.
No.
And then all of a sudden, it just jumps off the rails. Which we're going to get into in a minute because I don't want to spoil it.
No, it's
So
we're
I think
already off the
I think we
rails.
should just score this movie.
Yes, score it and let's be done with
And
it.
then we're going to do some spoilers.
Okay,
so
go
Mike,
ahead.
what do you give it?
This movie will have a D- from me.
You know
The
what?
only reason why I'm not giving an F is because it had some good filming. It was a little dark, but they handled it well. It was spooky on the interiors and the way it was shot. It had shooting and filming like Hill House. It had really good scenes of like movement of camera and
It does, yes.
all that. But that doesn't excuse the horrible writing and story and concept and design and all of it.
Yeah.
So what do you?
No, like you said, it's got a high production. It looks like a good, well-made movie. There is one thing that I was going to mention, I forgot. There are the rules, which in the first movie play a part. They're talked about. You're mentioned. They felt like more of something within the movie. Here, it's almost just like something that's thrown in and then thrown out.
Here's the thing. He, in the first one, I can guarantee you that the doll didn't come to life and start violating all the rules.
In the first one, the doll is not alive at all.
Right.
It's the guy in the walls.
Yeah.
And this one is just...
It's a magical doll that turns into the
Like
doll.
I said, it's a high production. It was going good for me. I felt like, okay, I'm in. If it's going in the direction I'm thinking.
No.
And it just...
What are you giving it?
And I'm going to go ahead and give it a D- as well.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually... It dropped it because at one point I was watching the movie and I was going C+, maybe low B-.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the first boy.
Yeah.
I was hoping the ending was going to pull me up, not down.
Yeah.
Pull me down.
Yep.
So, anyways, guys, we're going to get into spoilers. Anyway, so spoilers, Mike. I got to talk about it.
Okay.
First spoiler I'm going to talk about, not in chronological order.
There you go.
Going straight to the ending. Okay?
Okay.
First of all, the dad. What kind of dad, okay, or man, he has a, what do they call it, croquet
mallet.
mallet.
He doesn't go for the gun.
He doesn't go, no, not even the gun. He doesn't go for the boy. At this point, the boy
Is
deserves
psychotic.
a good gut punch. Maybe with a croquet mallet.
Maybe he was acting.
He's got the gun pulled on the mom. He's got the mask on.
Yeah.
Time to give him a gut punch. He goes for the fucking doll.
And then he just stands there.
Who would do that?
Well, and then
Because the
here's the
doll at
best
this
part.
point, nobody knows it's alive.
He shatters the doll, and then he just stands there with the mallet, waiting for the kid to decide what to do next.
Exactly.
And I'm like, get the gun. Nothing happened.
And then what happens? He hits the doll,
And then
breaks
magic.
open, and pops out the demonic crypt keeper.
Yeah, the groundskeeper.
It's literally like this demonic crypt keeper looking thing. It actually raises up like the crypt keeper too.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was expecting to be like, ah! And no, the stupid fucking doll just looks at him, and I'm like, no, this is totally wrong. I was hoping the whole time it was going to build up because I thought she was catching on to it at a point.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, maybe the boy's still alive.
Yeah,
and
Katie
he's
Holmes
in the
was kinda
walls,
getting
like
there.
the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie Holmes was getting there. She was trying really hard, but yet had this blank, I am messed up look the whole movie. I mean, she was either pissed or confused.
That was just the stupidest ending for a movie that builds up this plot. And if you've seen the first one, you think you know where it's going.
No.
or even if it goes off the wall, maybe I was thinking the doll's just alive. I mean, you do see his eyes moving.
Yeah.
I was figuring
His
how they
head
going to explain that.
turning.
But I'm thinking maybe the doll's possessed, took control of the boy or something.
That's what they're leading for. Remember the newspapers saying how the doll was taking control of all of them?
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's just a really bad ending.
It was the doll. It was nothing psychological. It was nothing smart. It was just the doll's magical. And he can take over other kids.
It's the demon crypt keeper magical doll.
I don't know what he was going to feed the kid. I don't know how he was going to keep him alive. I guess he was just going to kill him.
Yeah. And there's even a point where they could have made it better where Katie Holmes is kind of, oh, this is right. I thought maybe it was going to like start saying something in her ear.
No.
And then that would have been creepy. That would have been good.
You just led to what I hoped was going to happen.
Yeah. It'd been
what
so
I
much
hoped
better.
was going to happen was this was all Katie Holmes doing. She was a psychopath the whole time.
Yeah.
But no. I thought, come on, just drop that right now. Drop it. And let Katie Holmes be the psychopath.
Yeah.
And the dad and the kid
Save
are
the
trying
day.
to save each other from her. Nope. It's the psycho-magical doll.
Yeah. Either way, end it like the original movie or end it like how he just said, it would have been better.
Let me ask you this. Which doll was scarier? Let's have a which doll was scarier? Chucky or Porcelain Dick?
To me, I don't like dolls.
Which one was worse?
To me, Porcelain Dick looks scarier than Chucky, of course.
I hate to say it, but I agree.
But
he was really freaky.
He's creepy to look at.
His eyes are so real.
Yeah, but the original Chucky is definitely got that. He's got the personality. He's scarier through his personality. This one doesn't have a personality.
His actions and the way
nothing.
Chucky is
even speak.
scarier. This one is just boring.
Or I was expecting at some point maybe he would just start talking. Something. But nothing.
No, he was just like... That's the most you get out of him.
Oh, God.
In fact, he was doing better acting than Katie Holmes.
Yeah. Yeah. They were both pretty stiff.
Yeah, they're both, well... I was going to say something not PG.
Anything else you want to spoil in this? Because really, I think that was it for me.
Yeah, the groundskeeper went from being my favorite guy in the movie to being my least favorite guy in the movie.
Whatever the hell. Oh, God, the close-ups. Especially at the end with the groundskeeper. They kept going these close-up shots, like right in his eyes. And I'm like, this is really bad choice.
Well, and then I was thinking of the Epic NPC man. That's what he kind of looked like, is the guy from Epic NPC. And how he was just perfectly British, sure, you know. I mean, just the way he was great. And then he turned into like a weirdo at the end.
Yeah, apparently he's under the same possession or spell as the kid.
A break. Then why would it kill his dog?
Well, that just messes up the timeline, too.
Yeah.
With the original Brahms, because now somebody else is possessed by it.
Right. And now he is, too.
But, so how many years are we going back? Are we going back, like, 50 years?
I don't know. It's not even worth it. Let's just get rid of this damn thing and flush it down the toilet. Because I'm done with it.
Anyways, guys, I think that's all we got on this one.
Yeah. It was a long night.
Hopefully you don't go see it.
Yeah, they're not.
It's not worth it.
They're not even watching this.
Yeah, there was like 2 people in the movie theater we were at. So I don't think really anybody's going to go see this weekend. There's not even really any reviews on.
No, we checked. There's almost 0 reviews. So make sure to like and subscribe and put this up, and so we can get up to the top of the review charts.
So, anyways, that's it.
That's it.
All right, guys. So, till next time, we're going to see you later.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.